Good evening, everybody. It's Friday. It's kind of 9 o'clock-ish. Welcome to the What's on Joe Mind TeamStream. I'm your host, Mike Irizarry. With me, as always, the queen of G.I. Joe cosplay. It's Joe Colton, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
We got to be the best part of your week.
Yes, this week especially.
I mean, 2 weeks
Well, it's been a long week. Although I did get to talk to a makeup artist that I'm friends with on Star Trek for Star Trek conventions, and he gave me some good news on Andorian makeup and prosthetics. So you guys come just a little bit better than that.
I don't know who the Andorians are, so.
What's an Andorian?
Blue people with antennas.
So Andorians are Ewoks, right?
Yes, I guess. And Endor, yeah. Andorians.
Oh, I still don't know who that is. But so anyways, 2 weeks in a row. What happened? What fell through that you're here?
Nothing?
I'm just saying, 2 weeks in a row is kind of weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have to get guests. I don't have to. I was kind of like going into this week like, what's going on? What did I do all the work? Is it all finished? And then
it's all good.
Here we are.
That's fine.
All you gotta do is host like a champion today.
I don't know if that ever happens. But also joining here in the top row, former head of for the G.I. Joe brand at Hasbro. It's the Hot Show, Mark Weber.
That's what I'm talking about. So excited to be here. I got new stuff to show off. It was a good week. Mrs. Weber comes home tomorrow. She's been out of town for a week, and we survived because of daddy law.
So I'd say there's no burn marks on the walls behind you.
No, Walker and Texas Ranger have been pretty good all week. So we're ready for mission. Basically, when one of us comes back from a solo trip, business trip, vacation, whatever, the other one hugs them and then hands them the children like coffee mugs. Here. What are you doing? I don't know. You know what? None of your business. This is Derek. This is Elizabeth. They're great, and they're all yours.
They eat a lot, so feed them.
Yeah, they missed you. Time to catch up. Are you gonna be watching the Yankees? No.
No.
You gonna be watching the Steelers? Not this year. No. No. I'll be sorting some comic books.
Yeah, that's all we got left.
So can I just take a guess that the house has not been quiet in a while?
I mean, it's one person quieter. That's one of the funny things about being a single parent short term.
Uh-huh.
It's not that bad short term because there's no discussion about anything, right?
Yeah.
What are we doing for dinner? Whatever I can figure out, right?
Right.
Who's picking up kid X from event Y? Me. Right?
Okay.
No discussion about it because I'm the only adult here. So it kind of speeds things up a little bit. That's not to take away anything from the single moms and single dads who do it full time all the time. But for a week, yeah, it's fine.
So what you're saying is it's been at least 5 straight days of mac and cheese.
We've had so much pizza. So much pizza.
Yeah. At that point, you're all in the bathrooms, like.
Yeah, banging on the door. 2 bathrooms, 3 of us. Get out. No, we had salad tonight with mozzarella sticks. So sometimes curveball.
Speaking of watching, if you're tuned into us here on YouTube, thank you. Hit the little like button on the video. Hit the little subscribe button on the video. Share us to your social media channels. Make us happy. You'll love us when we're happy.
Yeah.
You'll love us when we're not happy, but you'll love us more when we're happy. If you're watching us on YouTube, go ahead and give us some kind of a react. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a heart. Give us a little huggy guy. We love little huggy guy. There's little. He popped right up on cue. Somebody was waiting for me to say that. But that lets YouTube, or rather lets Facebook know that you're watching, because Lord knows they don't have anything better to do than spy on you anyway. So Might as well, right? Might as well.
Even they took some time off this week, though.
Right?
Yeah.
That was impressive on Monday, wasn't it? Nobody knew what to do with themselves. Probably got more traffic on Twitter that day than our Twitter feed's history. Joe Colton's like, I was buried by work. I have no idea what happened. Facebook and Instagram went down.
Oh, I'm aware.
She just looks like she's close to tears. I feel so bad.
I'm aware.
Like I can't pick on Joe Colton this week. That's not right.
It's
not
fine.
Go ahead and poke the bear. Push that woman on the edge. See what happens.
Yeah, we're gonna be 10 minutes from the end of the show. There'll be a knock at the door, and you'll see the door come flying at me.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that a couple nicely dressed gentlemen were going to come in and pick up Joe by her elbows and only get her out the door because she's actually happy to see them. Sure. Yeah, fine.
Dressed completely in white.
Yep.
Just little flat brimmed hats to just take her away.
Right this way, ma'am. Will there be Jello? There will be Jello.
There'll be several different colors of Jello.
You can pick whatever color you want.
Right.
Okay.
You can have cherry, you can have orange, you can have lime, you can have pineapple.
Fancy.
You can have pineapple with pineapple chunks. So long as you can eat it with a spoon.
Right. Just take these 5 pills first.
All I'm going to ask is, will I sleep?
Yeah, right.
What's suspended in the Jello, right?
That's right.
I'll
That's
take
what's
them. I
crunchy
won't
in
even fight
the
you on
Jell-O.
them.
It's all the medication.
So, anyways, if you're one of our regulars, by all means, as we said, go ahead and give us a share in your social media channels. If you're watching us on replay, do the same thing later. We love all of you. Let's keep driving that subscription number up. We're up to 686 or some nonsense. Let's go ahead and get us up over 700 this week. It'll be a great thing on our push to 1,000 and YouTube monetization. And Dimesh asked, did someone say Jello? Well, we did. And
Jello.
we need to get this man on camera, doing some kind of eating challenge with like 5-gallon drum of Jello. You can take it down in half an hour.
I happen to know a semi-retired competitive eater.
I don't know if I'm retired, but
I said semi-retired.
Semi-retired.
Yes.
Yes.
D, look, if you go comb on YouTube, if you can find Gary Godso's YouTube channel, you'll see D's exploits trying to do eating challenges with us at various JoeCon. I've linked to them in the past. The most popular one for me is when we took him out to Quaker Steak and Lube out in Ohio.
No.
And he ate some super hot wings.
No.
Yeah.
I feel like we should do that again. Like, we should do a competition of just eating.
Nothing spicy. Can't do spice.
Okay.
I tap out like crazy.
Look,
Like, I'm done. One bite.
Yeah.
that's why we got our guy. We got our guy D Beige.
Is that a jalapeno? Yeah, I can't go there.
He's our
It's not even hot.
No, but I used to. Right? That's a fallout of the old surgery. And so now it's like Taco Bell has stuff that'll kill me. And I'm like, that's pathetic. I came from Phoenix, right? Like, but now
jalapenos, it's like it captures the sun's energy, and that's why it burns you. He's frozen. He's zapped.
Now he has no face.
Right? The honcho is just blurred out.
Oh, there we go. Oh, and he sped up. Oh my gosh.
He's just off. His computer's backed up. It's sifting through all his memory.
it's a new trick. I'm usually reliable. Let me shut down some other things around here and see if that helps.
It's
Yeah.
all the icons on your desktop.
I pruned it a little bit this week, but
Do you get rid
It's
of one
not-
icon?
it's not
Just one?
it's not impressive yet. No, I just made folders, right? So this is a bunch of folders now, but Yeah, all right. That's better. We'll see if I
There we
stick
go.
around.
He's
Okay.
offering to be your champion.
I could use it. Yeah.
Offering to be your champion. I think that needs to happen at some point.
I do have a question for the two of you.
Yes.
Since Halloween Eve is a Friday night,
Mm-hmm.
are we doing Halloween costumes?
Says the queen of cosplay.
Right. I mean, I'm certainly not going to compete with Joe Colton because
No, we could just dress up.
Right.
I will even wear a store-bought costume.
I wear whatever
Are
costume.
are you allowed to do that? That seems like
No.
You're the queen of GI Joe cosplay. You shouldn't be reducing your game to be on this show that you've been on for 5.5 years.
Yeah. No, but like we should dress up.
Well, that's fine. I'm just saying, don't feel the need to pull punches. Do your thing. That's what people are here to see.
Okay.
Here's what I want to do.
Okay.
For Halloween, I want to hang out with Joe Colton. We'll go to Spirit Halloween store and we'll just nice bare minimum, I guess. And that cape's too short, and that scarlet patch is on the wrong shoulder. You know, just kill them on their way out.
Can we clothesline them? Like I just want to clothesline them.
Maybe that's it. You shame them, and then here I come with the boom. Whack. Next.
I like that you're the violent one and I'm not.
Well, it's
All
been
right,
long.
so
It's been a long week.
Rob, as is the standard, and here's the quality control. Halloween Eve is a Saturday night. Halloween itself is a Sunday. So still 2 days before Halloween. That doesn't matter.
It's
Fine.
Eve. Okay, Rob.
We'll be in the spirit.
Yeah, that's there's no problems with it. It doesn't change our plan at all.
No.
It's
Yeah.
Rob splitting hairs.
Wonder if I'll just go Duke again. I got a pretty good classified Duke.
What I should do,
costume, but we've all
should,
seen it. So
what I should do is just send you this shirt, and then you can go as me.
we might.
I mean, Joe Colton's kind of doing that. She's got the reverse mic going with gray with red sleeves as opposed with red with gray sleeves.
I busted out the champion shirt a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. I don't have one.
Yeah, I've been stocking up the wardrobe, and let me tell you, the fall fashions are coming in, and you know me, I like to look good.
You seen some of the things that are coming out now?
You're an autumn colors kind of guy, Mark.
Yeah, I am, right? Give me some greens, some browns, some blacks, some grays.
Earth
I'm
tone.
all over it. Yeah.
Earth tone.
Not a lot of yellow, orange, pink, and red in the Weber closet.
I'm about to say, don't they just burn your skin?
It's just a bad look. Just
You get
bad look.
too bright of a yellow shirt, and it just scorches.
Yeah, it's just
bakes you right there where you sit.
Just not good at all. So yeah, we'll stick to kind of drab, but interesting. I'll tell you more later. That's called a tease.
Well, it's only taken us about 13 minutes this time. Well, let's go ahead and get to the news. I gotta get this up too. So Target on October 5 did have its fall geek out finale, and there was some GI Joe content there for us. There we go. Super 7 revealed Cobra Commander and Snake Eyes as Wave 2 of the GI Joe reaction line. Pre-orders are available on Target.com. Figures retail for $17.99 each, and are listed with a release date of January 16 next year. And I'll give these figures this. I like the cards, but I don't have any real compulsion to shell out $18 for 5 point of articulation GI Joes.
Can I ask why they continually release the same fucking 5 figures?
That is
fucking absurd.
That is very much a good point. It is also a good opportunity for us to bring in the swear jar. You can fill the swear jar and pay for Joe Colton by visiting our coffee account, which is listed down below. But yeah. So thanks for that. Thanks for not getting us any kind of play in public again. Thanks for that. Swear jar is out. But yeah, you're right. It is. It's a little frustrating. We can discuss that in a minute because we're going to see more of that sort of thing. So I'm going to get into it here. But yeah, I like the card art there. The issue 21 tribute for Snake Eyes, and it's just a cool looking Cobra Commander pose, more classic inspired. But again, no inclination to pick these up.
Yeah, I love the Snake Eyes card art. It kind of makes the Cobra Commander pale by comparison. Just, if you're going to go total nitpicky, classic Cobra Commander has short gloves. Everybody likes putting these giant gloves on them, but it's not accurate.
But that's not classic Cobra Commander. That's cartoon Cobra Commander, and he had long gloves.
Oh, all right, that's fair. For Snake Eyes, I like that it's Commando Snake Eyes, but I would have put an ammo pouch in there instead of a katana, just because that's Commando Snake Eyes, right? So, anyway.
But he's got a big old sword.
But that can't be cartoon Snake Eyes, can it?
No, I think they're trying to do issue 21 Snake Eyes there.
Okay.
He was dressed in the commando garb, but he was messing around with swords too.
Yeah, I guess he caught the sword. All right, fine. I'll retract the statement. That's
like Super 7 did their homework here. I just don't care for the execution.
Yeah, when Hasbro put out 5 points of articulation Joes as vehicle drivers, right? The community pooped all over it, right? That's exactly why we bought Joes, is because they killed Star Wars with articulation. So I get that this is their thing, and for a 5-point figure, I think they're doing really good work, but it's kind of the antithesis of what made a real American hero cool.
Yeah, so, I think their audience for this isn't so much G.I. Joe fans as it is reaction fans.
Yeah, it could be.
Like people that collect reaction tend to collect all the reaction, kind of like Pops collectors.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily care about what it is that they're getting. It's just it's a pop they don't have.
Yeah, and I don't quite get that. Like,
I don't either.
My son Derek is a huge Transformer fan, so I made sure he looked at what HasLab's doing with their Star Saber guy right now, a big, gigantic, cool-looking robot, and he wasn't interested. Why? Because he doesn't watch a lot of Japanese Transformers animation. So if the character doesn't matter to you, you don't really need the toy. At least that's where I've always been. That's why the Cobra La guys sat on that shelf years ago.
Matthew Comstock says every time Joe Colton swears, someone gets a kidney stone that they'll have to pass on their own. There you go. See, Joe Colton? That's what you're doing to everybody. That's what you're doing.
It's a lot of power.
She's not apologetic, by the way, just so you know.
She can't apologize with that mic muted. Oh.
Not sorry.
Okay, I figured.
It's one of those. She is the harbinger of the pain. But Matt Rubin ordered that Star Saber.
All right.
Yeah, great.
That'll encourage them to keep making Transformers stuff and never making anything Joe.
I don't think that's what it's going to encourage.
That's what it's going to do.
So bitter.
Just saying.
So bitter.
Just saying. Wouldn't mind seeing a Joe one up there. Just one.
Yeah, we're kind of getting to that point, right?
Might surprise you. Yeah.
We're getting to that point. Like, I get it that they don't do many HasLab projects and they don't they take a while to get processed through, but we're at that point now where that's not really an excuse anymore. They're not in the opening stages of this project anymore.
Yeah, I understand you're not going to get the full love that some of the other brands are getting. I get it. But if you're Hasbro, don't you want to know?
Right.
Unless they've already made up their minds, right? Don't you, even if you go small, even if it's a claw glider, right, or a trouble bubble, don't you want to know? I mean, classified scale, right? A 6-inch trouble bubble. Don't you want to know? Maybe it's great, and if it isn't, then it'll fail. Not fail, but it won't get funded, and you'll move on. So,
Yeah,
I want to know.
It'll stop being this thing that just hangs over like the proverbial fart in church.
Yeah, if they think it's not going to work, then prove it. Put it out there. It doesn't fund, and then you can answer that question. How come you never do Joe stuff? We did do a Joe thing. They tried. They had a cool. I liked it. A Sesame Street Cookie Monster. It was great, but it didn't fund. So, question answered.
Man, that's too bad too.
It was good. It was a really, really good toy.
Hey, if I had $300 at that time, I'd have been buying a Cookie Monster.
Yep. Who doesn't like Cookie Monster? Hey Siri, how long I cook cookie for?
He's the greatest. He's America's most versatile comedic actor.
Yeah.
Next news item. All right, now we're starting to get into more of the third-party reveal party. And in this case, this is the Flame Toys Furai model Storm Shadow and his Arashikage cycle. They are available for pre-order at d4toys.com. Storm Shadow and the bike are sold separately. Storm Shadow is $45. There is a 10% pre-order discount, so it comes out to about $41. The bike is the same price. Expected release shipping date is listed as March 2022. And we went into great detail on these. Whoa. Whoa. Somebody's echoing. But anyways, went into greater detail on this back in the day when we first saw the images. So we're not gonna inundate you with more photos here, but these are at least live for you. If this is your thing, if you've been waiting on these, head on over to d4toys.com. You can see the web address down in the bottom corner there. And they are available for pre-order now.
He looks pretty good. Like, I don't think I need him. I still think it's weird that other companies are making the version 1 Storm Shadow before Hasbro gets around to it. And I understand they're trying to keep it away from the movie, but other than,
actually, Same Toys is not third party. They are actually given the license for G.I. Joe and Transformers. Yes, but it's not Hasbro, so it's a third party for us. So you guys are confused. Like, third party has this meaning over in the Transformers world. Like, it's people that are just doing these weird, crazy, almost bootleg type items. That's not worth it. They're legal, but they're still third party. In this case, Flame Toys is not G.I. Joe's daddy, so it's third party. But anyways, you were saying, Mark, I'm sorry.
I'm just saying it looks pretty good. I don't need it per se. The points that get a little funky, I think, are the knees and the elbows, but by and large, pretty damn good. And it's not brutal expensive. So
yeah, these are a pleasant surprise. It would be. I think it would be nice because I have a feeling this is going to run the standard 4 characters into the line. We're going to get Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, and then they'll do maybe Scarlet and then one of the other Cobras, either Cobra Commander or Baroness or Destro or whoever, and then they'll be done.
Yeah. Because
that seems to be what all of these licensees just want to do. They want to do what Joe said, the same 4 guys over and over and over and over again. But at least it's going to be, at least in the case of these, it'll be a nice ride to get there.
Yeah, they look good. I don't need them, but yeah, I got no problem with this.
There we go. Ain't no party like a third party. Somebody reads our Twitter feed. Thank you, Diana Davis.
Joe, will you get a bunch of these and dye them red?
Nope.
She's not going to dye them. She's going to use a Sharpie.
Oh, that's solid. Sharpie lasts forever.
It's like she wants to really, really hammer home that model building experience. Next news item. All right, this is where things get a little weird.
Now?
Yeah, right. I mean, for us, weird started about 11 years ago. But Cubles.
What?
Cubles. Cubles has made their first series of all cardboard G.I. Joe action figure / models available for pre-order on their website Cubles.com, consisting of Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, Scarlet, and Baroness.
Surprise.
Right. You can order them for $7.99 each, or a set of all 4 for $24.99. And as you can see here in the picture, fans assemble the figures themselves. Each is 100% recyclable, and Cubles plants 100 new trees for every one used to make their projects or products through one tree planted. So 100% recyclable, and I think they're made from recycled materials, and we just got that up there. And then here's the Series 1 foursome all together. Woo!
That
Scarlet's right. Scarlet's right-handed. Just saying.
Yep. and her red shoulder patch is on the correct shoulder.
That Rack Time Rob sums up my thoughts, and no.
Hey, can you go back one slide?
I could. Why?
For the joke.
Snake Eyes head just rolling around.
You know how it says start flat? Kind of ends flat, too. Gotta be honest with you.
The finish is a little flat, yeah.
I think this would be cool if we were back in the office, like in the offices, and like you were kind of sitting there and like you're in a meeting and you just want to build something. Like I remember having something like this like printed out by my school teacher and given out like as a handout to children, like not sold by a company.
Sean Russell adds, who needs Cobra as the first G.I. Joe team that can be defeated by rain? Frankly, the first Cobra is that can be defeated by rain as well. So there you go.
I gotta be totally honest, man. When you said totally recyclable, I bit my tongue pretty hard, man, because I'm like, yeah, these are
I mean,
baby.
Yeah.
I think they're cute. I wouldn't buy them though.
Yeah, if it's your thing, it's your thing. I'm certainly not $25 for these 4.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna save my $25 and buy a classified figure with it.
This ain't nobody's thing. Like,
so I have questions about the hair.
I mean, it's
females. Is it just like a hat?
So
probably
it's a toupee.
I could see this being fun if you're under
7.
12. Yeah. Like again, if you're just a kid, great. But then again, if you're just a kid, you're not going to have any frame of reference for what's going on here.
You know who these people are if you're a kid. Hey, Billy, turn off Minecraft. I want to fold some paper figures of characters you don't know. Okay, Mom.
So again, these are $7.99 a piece, or you can get the whole Series 1 for $24.99. Cubles.com.
Are they just running out of like bad ideas? Like I don't understand.
I
think they have a lot more.
There's plenty of bad ideas. I don't think this is even necessarily a terrible idea. It's not an idea for me. I
would not buy this, and I'm a completist.
You're not that much of a completist.
What else does Cubles make? Are there a ton of brands?
I think they have a bunch of different properties that they do similar stuff with.
Well, it ain't at Cubles.com. I can tell you that much.
I wonder if it's going to be I'm going to see these in like giant form because at Dragon Con, because you've got like in the parade, there's the cardboard cut out like superheroes. Captain America, but he's all cardboard. I wonder if this is like the same thing and I'll just see giant G.I. Joes made out of cardboard now.
It's possible.
I went to Cubles.com. That domain is for sale. I typed in Cubles on Yahoo, and I have 10 listings for Cabela's. So
all right. Well, maybe
forget it. I tried.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Your due diligence. There was a shadow.
Right? Happens so fast you can't even talk about it. No.
Anyways, we'll get a link up for that. We'll put it down at the bottom. I must have screwed something up.
Matthew Comstock's got a great comment here. It says Baroness looks like Mrs. Potato Head. That's it.
Just get a big red nose on her. Yeah, maybe. But it's
so
Again, it's not for me, but I don't know. I could see it being a fun afternoon if you got the $25 to spend and small children.
It doesn't hurt the brand. Fine. It's kind of wonky, but okay.
Yeah. Not my thing. Next news item.
I didn't say anything.
Dude.
There we go.
Oh, no.
And it's a second wave of mini mates is revealed. And this is happening at New York Comic Con this week.
Oh my God.
That is
What is that?
That is, look, mini mates have been out for 15 years. If you haven't adjusted to this by now, we can't help you. But that's Roadblock, Duke, Destro, and Baroness. They make up the 4-figure set of G.I. Joe Mini Mates Wave 2. It's not clear when they're available. We're still waiting on the first wave. Looks like they will be $24.99 for the set, just like the first wave. Not sure when these are coming because they're Diamond Toys has said they're having all kinds of problems with getting these things stateside. So yeah, Roadblocks.
Terrifying.
He's a little scary. Like I'm not, and a big part of why I'm not into mini mates so much is because of their just creepy faces.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roadblock looks like he's gonna come eat my soul.
I'll swallow your soul.
Right?
Neck down, they're pretty damn good.
What?
Right? Neck down, they're good. And Baroness with an actual hair piece looks pretty damn good. But the rest of them,
look at her jaw.
Cylinder head. Well, it's a little like it's a cone head.
You're a cone head.
is she Beldar or Primat?
Right. It's
Must
just
be Primat.
this circular piece that just, yeah, it's again, these things have been out for 15 years. I can't help you at that point.
So what?
Yeah,
It doesn't hurt the brand. Neck down, they look great. Throw a Lego head on, you're good to go.
Yeah. Something.
Throw Creon heads.
Take that.
Yeah. So yeah, it's if you're into mini mates, and here again, I think mini mates are just a thing. You love mini mates and you want to collect them all, like Pops, like Reaction. Go for it. Have fun. And hey, we got into not Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow and Scarlet on this one. So
Wait, were they in Series 1 though?
they were Series 1, yeah.
So there you go.
Say we got past them.
Name a point.
Well, yeah, we got the characters 5 through 8, so that's good.
Right. Yeah. It's amazing to me that we're at a point with G.I. Joe where Duke is getting squeezed out, but seems to be the case in a lot of stuff. Anyways, next news item. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. I got to get a second monitor. And this is a repeat from last time around. But November 6th, Des Moines, Iowa, on Saturday, Codename Iowa is hosting Assembly Required, the 10th annual Iowa G.I. Joe Convention. You can check that out. Get more of the details from their Facebook page. That's Codename Iowa. You can go to codenameiowa.com. You can go to Assembly Required on Facebook. There's any number of places where you can register or pre-order their goodies or check out all the things that they're going to have available at their convention on Saturday, November 6th.
Seth Rollins might be there.
Why?
He's from Iowa. His hometown.
I
Plus,
don't
it might keep him off Raw, which is a good thing.
Yeah, well, maybe, but I don't think it works that way, Mark. I don't think just because you're from Iowa, you're going to be in Iowa. I
just figured they needed his permission on the permit.
Entirely possible. So anyways, Joe Colton, you made a good point back when we were first discussing that stuff. How it would be nice to maybe not have the same 4 characters in all of this this branded merchandise over and over and over again.
Every single time.
Every single time.
And to think that they're cool, they'll do like some obscure character that nobody actually wants.
I mean, I kind of liked it in Classified that they did do Roadblock, but they started with version 2, right?
Yeah.
Or an updated version 2. I thought that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
But then we got a second one nobody wanted. And then the third one was version 1 Roadblock. So, yeah, here we are.
Yeah.
And then a barbecue.
See, but the barbecue is cool because I didn't know this, but somebody is taking them apart online. I think he's mainly made of Destro.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's actually a really creative reuse of parts. Because what are you going to turn Destro into, right? But barbecue has that chest piece that comes down so low that they were able to put it where Destro's, sexy vest is, and it worked. So more of that, please, right? Yeah. Take a Destro, make him barbecue. I'm down with it. Take a Duke and make him Colonel Courage or something, right? Yeah.
Colonel.
I'm ready. Make him Falcon. I buy a Falcon out of a Duke.
Sure.
Better than Duke. Better than Tiger Force Duke, which we're gonna get.
Oh, sure. You're gonna get Tiger Force everybody, man. I mean, I'm glad you like that version 1 Roadblock because he's coming again.
Yeah, I know. Sky Striker is it as far as Tiger Force stuff in the old web collection. I don't need any of it, not a bit.
But you'll love it when you see it, especially Tiger Force Hellmuth.
Well, that you're waiting on that one. We have been for some time, but like I'm not totally against just the straight repaints, right? Like everyone loved Night Force. That's because it made all of them cooler, and it made some terrible figures like Psych Out palatable, right? It made Crazy Legs awesome, but Tiger Force, yeah, don't need it at all, not a bit.
I love Tiger Force.
Most people do. I know. I'm in the minority, but Python Patrol.
That it's you.
I'll double down. Python Patrol, don't need it. Not a bit of it. Because I didn't think any one of them improved on the original figure. Don't need it.
Nope. Night Force. I like Night Force.
Everyone likes Night Force, right?
Guys are poops.
Should have been a Night Force lowlight, but he probably showed up for auditions, and they're like, "You're kind of Night Force already, brother."
Yeah, he was probably on the judges' table for that one.
Yeah.
I figured if you're picking guys for Night Force, you got to get past what he says.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
keep going.
Keep going. That's the news.
Yeah, we had some actual news, but most of it was disappointing.
Yeah, it's again, it's great that they keep farming the license out. I don't have a problem with that. Because the more different types of fans you get turned on to G.I. Joe, the better we are as with our property in regards to its overall health. But man, I mean, I thought it was bad when we were just getting 2 versions of 4-inch Snake Eyes every year, or 2 inches, 2 versions of 4-inch Duke every year. Now we're just getting Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, and if we're lucky, Scarlet and Cobra Commander or Baroness, and that's it. And it's just across all these different styles and mediums, and it's like they're the only representation for the brand. And granted, Snake Eyes is the A plus guy. He's the heavy hitter. He's the main character, if you will. But he's not the only one.
I mean, you get the sense, or it certainly feels like, that they aren't saying no to any company who shows an interest in G.I. Joe, right? If you want to make something Joe, whatever you are, if you're a balsa wood airplane company or a mini hot air balloon or whatever, yeah, absolutely. And when the companies are like, well, who would you recommend us do? They go, Duke, Snake Eyes, Scarlet, Cobra Commander, Baroness, Roadblock. You're crazy to do Destro, right?
Right. I mean, Duke's even been squeezed out at this point. right? Like we don't even see Duke in all these things. Well, this mini mates. It's the only time we caught Duke today, and he's supposed to be the number 2 guy on the Joe side, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're at that point where it is getting just that narrowed in that you're either Snake Eyes, you're directly connected to the Snake Eyes story, or you're out.
Yeah. And I know the original Snake Eyes was available for 2 years. Almost everything was back in the run of Joe. But imagine how hot the brand was and how exciting it was for kids when a character as necessary and break frame as Snake Eyes was didn't get a second figure till Series 4. Right? They were just like, we're just going to make 30 new Joes in Series 2. Like if that was going now, if G.I. Joe was launched now, and we were presenting Series 2, the higher ups would be like, I don't see Snake Eyes. You can't make this line without Snake Eyes. Whereas it seemed to work back in the day,
Sure.
right?
I mean,
he was so good that he sold so well that they actively chose not to feature him much in the cartoon. Can you imagine that today? Where they're like, Bumblebee is so popular, we're not actually going to use him on the cartoon very much. We're going to really get a lot of Wheeljack and Windcharger. Like, it would never, ever happen like that today. But I'm not saying it's the blueprint or that you have to copy everything that was done, but at least understand where the brand came from so you can consider it. If you consider it and go a different direction, fine. But it certainly doesn't feel like those other characters are being considered much right now.
Now, I'm going to correct the timeline for you a little bit there, because in 82, of course, first Snake Eyes came out. They sold him in 83 and again in 84.
Oh, was he still there in 84?
Everybody was still available in 84.
Okay.
And then in 85, they started phasing out the old guys, and old Snake Eyes hit the bricks, and new Snake Eyes version 2 showed up. So Snake Eyes was a continuous presence until 87.
All right. Fair enough.
And then he was only gone for a year, and they brought him back again. So Snake Eyes has always been there for the most part. It was rare that there was a year that would go by where there wasn't a Snake Eyes, but it was still fun.
Yeah.
And
he didn't get into Night Force either.
He did not. But he's probably at the judges' table with Lowlight. So
yeah, probably being like me.
Yeah. Lowlight just leans over, kind of gives the elbow, and Snake Eyes is like,
yeah. Lowlight didn't seem real talkative either.
No, I figured they got along fairly well.
Yeah, probably hung out.
Yeah, they had coffee. They could sit in the dark so Snake Eyes could take his mask off. Joe Colton, wake up.
I am awake.
What are your thoughts? What are you thinking right now?
Nothing.
Wow, she's tired.
She's thinking Monday's not that far off. She's not happy about it.
She's thinking.
I have Monday off, sort of, but
yeah, it's
Columbia
Day, right?
Mm-hmm.
What half a day?
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll talk about that post show. That's bull hockey.
Yep.
We don't need to discuss the particulars in front of the world.
Yeah.
Right.
But anyways, if you're with us this evening, thank you. We appreciate it. We'll do the pitch here again. If you're watching us on YouTube, be sure to give our video a like. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We do this TeamStream business every Friday night at about 9 o'clock. We're starting to churn out some more intermittent stuff that is independent of the team streams, mail call, postcards from Losertown. Lazy Bastard Customs is eventually going to show up someday.
This was the key to it, baby.
All right. So Tan Slugger.
Yeah, dude.
Tan Slugger. The honcho's all revved up.
It opened the door.
And of course, if you're watching us on Facebook, go ahead, give us some kind of reaction. Give us a thumbs up, give us a heart, and give us a little huggy guy. We love little huggy guy. And
he should have a name like Carl. He should have a name like Carl or Biff or
Carl.
It's the care icon. So I thought little huggy guy was his name.
Yeah.
He
hugs you.
Little huggy guy.
Right.
He's my favorite.
Invading my safe space. But okay.
And of course, in addition, if you're on Facebook, come on over to YouTube for a second at some point. Subscribe to us here. We could really use the subscribers to focus in one spot, and that way it'll really help us accomplish something.
Double dipping. Do it.
Right? We got some other big news this week. What we got set up was our TeePublic page, the all new What's on Joe Mind swag store. And you can catch a link for that down below. Unfortunately, the Mondo sale is off, which we announced all week long on Facebook and Twitter and everywhere else. But go ahead and head over and get yourself some What's on Joe Mind swag. We got all kinds of stuff that have our classic logo. Got all kinds of stuff that have our 10th anniversary logo. T-shirts, magnets, mugs, stickers, phone cases, you name it. We got some of it. Yeah, check that out. It's good stuff. We like it.
Drink koozies, car jacks.
Yeah.
Shuriken. Salad tongs.
Yeah, I see. I couldn't think of anything. You put me on the spot. I couldn't think of anything that was both funny and disposable, like salad tongs. You're like, yeah, totally caught off guard on that one.
Dog leashes, microchips, cider, grape gravy, very small rocks.
Ooh, yeah, that What's on Joe Mind instant gravy mix. That was good stuff.
Pretty good because you don't have to mix it in water. You can just put it in your mouth.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah, special poutine flavor that is not Joe Colton approved at all. No, not good.
Let's take a second for a word from our sponsors. We'll be back in just a moment.
We buy, sell, and trade vintage and modern toys. G.I. Joe, Star Wars, Transformers, Marvel, DC, and more. Located in beautiful downtown Kokomo, Indiana, we are open every Wednesday through Saturday from 12 to 5. It's a theme park of nostalgia. Join the thousands of people who have traveled from all over the Midwest for over a decade to buy and sell with us. Get your geek on.
Man.
There it is.
They are taunting Joe every time we play that with that slow pan past the Defiance. Oh.
What's on Joe Mind? The flamethrower. The kids love it. Rack Time Rob bringing it home. Well, Spaceballs for everybody tonight.
Hopefully we'll all be back for What's on Joe Mind 2, the search for more money.
The search for any money.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Right.
That's a good point. It seems legit.
There we go, Matt Rubin. What's on Joe Mind the doll? What the damn show?
Just pull the string, baby.
That's terrifying.
It truly is.
That's what we need, a Joe Colton doll like that with 12 different curses. Just pull the string. Learn a new word.
Oh, very terrifying.
So yeah, the search for more money and the search for any money. You guys remember the last check I sent you for this, right? Right? No, because it's never happened. The first dollar we actually make on this venture or the next dollar we actually make on this venture will be the first one.
And we'll frame it.
Right?
Barking Fridge has my favorite accidental mistype of maybe the year. I mean, if you've got money laying around, maybe you could pay $13 for that.
Just remember, that's the swear jar.
Right?
It helps pay for all of Barking Fridge's swears right there.
I mean, looking at that, I got to be honest, that's a pretty shitty sale. Just saying.
I don't understand.
Oh, goodness. Whew, Lord. So that's what we got as far as the third-party reveal party. We got a few minutes here. If anybody has some questions in our live stream audience, we got a few minutes to take some of those. Joe Colton can barely be
Sorry.
can barely be contained in her excitement.
I didn't mean to call you out. It was funny. It wasn't personal.
I think he's just playing along. I think we're good there.
Always business.
We
Never
love Barking
personal.
Fridge. He's here every week.
Never personal.
He's a sweet guy.
Yeah. So Target had their big show and they didn't show anything classified.
Breaker was available again, but he's not available anymore. He was sold out again pretty quickly. So I didn't put it here because I didn't want to get everybody's hopes up.
It doesn't feel like people are having a nightmare trying to locate Breaker.
No, it seems like there's lots of them out there. They're starting to show up in people's mailboxes, foreshadowing. No, nothing for you, Joe Colton?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I never thought I'd have to say this, but Joe Colton, speak up.
Not yet.
Maybe coax her out of her shell.
Right.
She's
so shy. She's a shrinking violet.
Shy little flower. Even Baroness was available, I think, through Target.com this week. So, we ripped them pretty good when when Baroness was impossible to find, but they are making good on it. They deserve some credit for that. And it's more sales, better for the brand. So, yeah, I love seeing some pictures this week of Joe product actually sitting on shelf. And I don't mean that badly, like it won't sell. Just like, hey, look, a little bit on the shelf so new fans can see it.
Yeah, I went to the Target closest to work today, and there were actually G.I. Joes on the pegs. Not just being swarmed over by Ghostbusters overstock anymore. Actual G.I. Joes on the G.I. Joe pegs, and it kind of threw me. I was a little...
Were they old G.I. Joes or new G.I. Joes?
They were like they were appropriate.
Okay.
It was some of the movie figures. There was Flint and a couple Lady Jays and a Cobra Commander from that wave. The indie area is not always the greatest for fresh distribution on these things, so I'll take that as, say, like they get them in Chicago, which is just to the west of us. They get them in Ohio, which is just to the east of us, and we don't really ever get new stuff first here. So it's very aggravating.
I'd buy that comic, Flint, Lady J, and Cobra Commander versus 8 Peter Venkmans. Like, yeah. I'd buy that. Sure.
No Peter Venkmans, just Stance and Zedmore today.
Yeah, Zedmore.
Zedmore's a good guy. Anyways.
Yeah, I think that's one of my favorite lines in Ghostbusters when I think he tells Aykroyd, "You don't look good." He's like, "What?" He said, "No, you didn't used to look like this. You've looked better."
They gave Ernie Hudson a lot of the great lines in the Ghostbusters movie.
He's good in The Crow, too.
Hey, that's true.
When there's all the blood on the wall and he tells the detective, you might call that graffiti.
Oh, goodness. So, okay, we got... there's a thought right there. Torpedo 83. I just noticed Joe isn't having a beverage. That's the problem, Joe Colton. That's the secret to this whole evening.
I saw Canada Dry. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
It's not even an adult beverage.
Shaken, not
If I have an adult beverage, I will face plant.
Well, see, that would be that would probably be our best most clicked video.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Be our thumbnail for next week.
Right,
Podcaster face plants from exhaustion.
I could retitle this one, Joe Colton the face plant.
Right.
The Snake Eyes Declassified asks the question, has anyone purchased Snake Eyes Origins, the movie, on digital? No. No, I don't need to buy a digital copy. I'll probably get the Blu-ray when the Blu-ray pokes its head out. I'm not in a big hurry to own that one on physical media either, frankly. I gave it a B- back when we graded it. And I like if we did that again today, it wouldn't be that high. I'm sorry, Joe Colton. Go ahead.
I rented it for Wes to watch, so
That didn't go over well, did it?
he's not even a big fan. Like, which he like said numerous times as he was screaming.
But he almost did, but decided to keep his $12. Fair enough, sir. We get that.
I got to imagine you would prefer if Wes enjoyed G.I. Joe, since it's a big part of your life, but I think showing him Snake Eyes Origins is maybe not the way to get there.
He scrolled across on the bottom and he was like, "See that? That's better." And I was like, "Well, that's retaliation. Of course it's better."
Yeah. But the fact
like,
that
let's not go too far.
that's the theatrical high bar, right? That's the high watermark for this brand.
That's tough.
Hey, that mountain scene is still one of the best
No,
scenes.
it's pretty good. It's just overall, that's the best thing we've seen. So he's got grenades in with his fruit.
Look, ninjas on a mountain. I'm with Joe Colton on that one.
Oh, great. Not just for Joe. Like, that's a fantastic action sequence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fight in the hallway.
The fight in the hallway. Dude,
yeah.
Like,
fight in the hallway. The old lady.
Actual question. If G.I. Joe needs to be international to sell, where's the international representation on the Joe team? The Dreadnoks have more international representation than the Joe team. That's a good point.
Yeah.
We're with you there.
Mm-hmm.
We got no problem introducing, if they decide to introduce more international characters, or God forbid, using the ones that are already there. Even as dopey as Skymate is, if you take away his pink hat, he's not so bad. Big Ben's floating around.
Hey, you try taking that pink hat away from Skymate.
Right. I mean,
easier said than done, my friend.
He needs the big Australian boonie hat, doesn't he?
To go with a boomerang.
But,
make the boomerang pink.
Maybe you could ride a kangaroo into battle just so we beat this home.
And Rise of Cobra made an attempt to recast some of the characters as having a bit more international flavor, and that was okay. The problem with Rise of Cobra was not the cast.
The accelerator suits.
What's that?
The accelerator suits.
Well, I mean, we could sit here and list off the actual problems with Rise of Cobra. We don't have that much time left. But the cast was really not one of those problems.
No.
Much as everybody likes to complain, oh, so-and-so sucked. Oh, so-and-so somebody else sucked. They really didn't. They just weren't given a whole lot to do. And so, yeah. But there's all kinds of possibilities there. We don't have a good answer for you on that one. Cornelius, we don't. I wish we had a bit more in the control department on there. Lord knows one of us used to, and they didn't listen to him when he was there. So why would we expect him to start branching out and having good ideas now?
The one time I was in the writer's room, it was terrifying. Right.
Here's some insight from Crocodile Joel McMullen down in Australia. You don't need to make G.I. Joe more international. You need to make it available internationally.
Yeah, both.
Good point. Because this poor guy, we have chatted about his comedy of errors just trying to get a hold of G.I. Joe product in the land down under, and rough stuff.
When the first things I pitched, they had a bit where it was, pitch your spin on a product or a new product or on a brand, and we'll pick one, and the winner will get their idea made into a toy. It was like an idea fair at Hasbro, and I was brand new, and I went nuts on working long hours on a reboot of the Joe cartoon. Basic concept was it was an international force, but the idea was that the locales changed pretty much every week. And it had Destro as the main villain, although Cobra was still part of it, because nothing sells to an arms dealer like war. So he was trying to instigate conflict all around the world, and it would send the Joe team around to stop it in a new locale every week. And they would show up in Great Britain and their contact would be Big Ben, or they would show up in Russia and their contact would be Dana, or you could move them all over, or God forbid, create new characters, right? But it had kind of a globe-trotting bit where Destro doesn't care where war is, as long as he's selling it to both sides, business is good. And so it was a real sneaky way, because they were so gun-shy about G.I. Joe being a war brand, that without taking the action out of it, you could make G.I. Joe actually anti-war. They're trying to stop the conflict by revealing the shadow hand that's instigating both sides. And I just thought, and especially from a toy perspective, if you were pushing stuff in Europe, say in season 2 or season 1, then you make sure there's a couple of European Joes or the European contacts in that year's set of figures. And that's how you sell it hard to the European buyers, right? So look, we can case pack the hell out of Big Ben, right? We can make a ton of Dyna for, when you're sending stuff to Asia, or you can focus heavy on their Ashikage and have a whole lot of Japanese influence when you're sending it over there. I really thought it was can't miss, but apparently I was wrong.
Apparently it missed.
Yeah, one of the guys who's still there, who's a real higher up, actually pulled me aside because you could tell I wasn't thrilled to be off the medal stand, and he said, "Your ideas are really, really good, but they're not gonna drop money on a Joe cartoon right now." So
Did he tell you why, or is it just
no? And he didn't go any further than that. And I'd only been there like 3 months.
Mm.
So I was brand new, and he was high up then. He's higher up now. So I appreciated getting even a moment of his time, and that he recognized.
Sure, gave you a nod on the quality and some candor, and
yeah, and
sometimes that's all you can ask for, right?
I appreciate it. He was always good to me. So, but yeah, I still think there was a lot there, right? And it just never got traction. And I wasn't even on the brand then. I was on Transformers, but it wasn't when I got on the brand, it was very clear that the next thing that was going to happen was the movie. And there wasn't any point pitching anything beyond that. But I wanted this to come out of the movie. And the movie they were talking about when I was on the brand, totally different animal than what we ended up getting. So
sure.
No, I'm not saying good, bad, or good, worse, better, just totally different. But I always thought you had to, if you're doing it right, you have animation that drafts right out of the movie release. And
follow up for our man Cornelius. Does Hasbro have script approval for projects? If so, does Hasbro and Paramount honestly believe Rise of Cobra and Snake Eyes were good ideas to attach a film franchise to? I'm sure that they have said script approval, but I'm sure it's in the hands of people that don't care about the history of the brand. It's just one of those things. Is, oh yeah, this will be fine, and they move on.
Yeah, I don't think they flex it very, very often, right? I'm sure if they went, we're going to kill Snake Eyes, in Act 2, they would say, Hasbro would say, yeah, no, right? Or Bumblebee's going to kill a bunch of civilians. I'm sure they would push back, but unless it's
Optimus Prime is a sociopath.
Optimus Prime says, I'm going to kill everybody, like every other scene, and they're cool with it, but. Yeah, and the big, here's a good example. There's in the 4th Age of Extinction Transformers movie, they introduced the Dinobots. Dinobots always sell. Dinosaurs that turn into robots. What kid doesn't want that? And Hasbro's pitch was that all the dinosaurs would be different colors: an orange one, a red one, a blue one, a yellow one. It probably would have looked a little wonky on screen, but in the end. And who knows where the discussions went, because I wasn't in that room for sure. But they just made them all chromy silver, right? Like every other robot on the screen, pretty much. Never named them on screen. And in the end, there's a line where Optimus is thanking them and letting them go. And he calls them brave warriors. Brave warriors. We appreciate your sacrifice. And I'm like, he couldn't have said Dinobots? Like, you actually had to cross out Dinobots and replace it rather than name it the thing every fan knows they are. And even more importantly, every new kid needs to learn. that these are Dinobots, because on the shelf they're all Dinobot Grimlock and Dinobots.
If I can offer a correction real quick, Dinobots.
Dinobots, yeah. But so yeah, I think Hasbro has pushback ability, but I remember one of the early when I was on Joe, they were looking at a sequel to Retaliation, right? And that they were it was G.I. Joe 3 basically as a working title. And one of the early bits I heard was we're gonna have a big rally with all the Cobra troops and Cobra Commander whooping them up, and then when he goes backstage, he is immediately killed. And I'm like, yeah, that's great. That's great, because he didn't even show up until the last 4 minutes of the first movie. He's kind of around, but not a lot in the second movie. So we should definitely kill him off in the first 5 minutes of movie 3. Like, yeah, why not?
A Cobra Viper. Hey, everyone. First time in the YouTube stream. Do me proud. Oh, wow. That's, Joe, quick, get some wine.
Right? We'll put on a fire. We'll play some music. We got guests.
Why don't we take that moment and roll into what we got in? Mark Weber, you've been chomping at the bit for this all night, man.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a good week.
First,
kind of diversified too. So the folks at Repro Labels, this thing had nothing on it, right? It was just dull. But now, just not even a lot of labels, but just a couple, and it pops like crazy. So for my little General Locust helicopter, and one thing I really like that they do, and you'll never make it out, but they do the pilot thing, right? Where you can put a different pilot's name under it that was never on the original one. So one of the options is free fall. And I'm like, yeah, a parachutist to jump out of a helicopter? What could go wrong? So that's my dog. Go get him, free fall. You get to fly the Locust.
You didn't get them to put on there Lieutenant Mark Honcho Weber?
Right? I think I have somewhere. I don't have it handy, but I have the thing. There's like 3 or 4 different guys you can choose from. Updraft is one of them, who's one of my favorite unsung Joes. Just a fabulous figure. But he flies the Retaliator, right? He's got his own chopper. He's not downgrading to the Locust. But anyway. Oh, now we're talking. Okay, so the fine folks at Gridiron Studios, and I paid for these, so this isn't Plugola or Paola. They're doing some really nice classified stuff you can buy. So this is a holster and a pistol for Breaker when I get them. And then I think everybody's seen this online. And I left them in the bag so we could, give them the correct pub. But this is a Breaker communications backpack and a rifle.
Oh, that's cool.
Since he comes with, that was my lone real complaint about the Breaker figure, was he needs some weapons beyond that giant chain gun. So that's good. And then this is a thing of beauty. Look at this thing.
Oh, hey, shotgun.
Ooh, that's nice.
Right? And it's not like I hate to rip on the original Flint shotgun, but it was really green, right? And this is just kind of a metallic green with the shells colored nice, and I think they do great work. It's not cheap, but their stuff is top notch. It's the first stuff I've gotten from it. I was very, very impressed. So
you got those 3 items around ballpark what it cost you with shipping?
I think it was in the 30s.
Okay.
With shipping, but it came real quick. It came in, a little box. Doesn't take long, not hard. Came very well protected. I was really impressed. So it's expensive enough that I'm not buying a whole bunch, but a better shotgun for Flint, a communications pack, and some weapons for Breaker. Yeah, absolutely. I'm in. So,
and that is for the folks at home one more time, Mark. That is
GridironStudios.com.
Gridiron Armory or
and they make all sorts of stuff, right?
You can really outfit your classified Joes to the nails there. Yeah,
anything you need, they probably make it. And the last, and this came from the tees department, the new shirt from the fall catalog will be Hold on here. I'm going to get a little interactive. I'm going to lose the varsity sweater here. Couldn't. What I'd like to have right now. Look at this.
Oh, the Weber culture.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Awesome.
I bought so many.
But why?
Because if it said Colton, you'd have bought it. If it said Irizarry, you'd have bought it.
If it had Joe's real name, I'd have bought it.
Yeah.
Because good luck. You never see that again.
Wait, what do you mean real name?
Oh boy.
Right?
Next thing you know, you're going to tell me Wes is really named Chuck.
I would
Or
never.
Biff.
Biff. Never Chuck.
Or
Never.
Recondo.
Biff is already taken.
So that's it. That's what I got. I got a shirt. I got some stuff from Gridiron. And I got stickers for the Locust. So it was a good week.
Joe Colton, what'd you get in? Okay. You have to explain what that is.
It is a baking book for Halloween, and it specifically has like different recipes and photos. So this is like a witch in a princess cake.
Okay. So as I understand, this is a baking book.
Yes.
And does this mean we're giving baking another try? As we know, baking is not as you have detailed many times on this channel.
Yes.
Baking is not your forte.
So I can bake bread and I can make a cheesecake. That's about it. So we're now trying other things.
I was going to say, and this might be a loaded question, is there a chocolate chip recipe in that book?
There is a cookie recipe that I'm going to try.
Okay.
And I feel sorry for Wes.
Wes is downstairs reinforcing his teeth as we speak.
If he doesn't like them, you can hit him with the baking tray, and then he can say, what? For the next 10 years. It'll be great.
I don't know what it is about chocolate chip cookies, but fuck them.
Right? I'm not much of a baker myself, but I can turn out a mean chocolate chip cookie. So I don't know why they're so elusive.
I've only made them once correctly, and that's because Maggie was next to me going, no, why would you do that? But that's the recipe I'm using. That's a dumb recipe. Stop using that recipe.
I like that you brought in a coach. You can get a tube, right? Just down at the local market and just cut them up.
No.
Put them in.
Right?
Nope. I have done the ready-made cookies that come in like the tray.
Mm-hmm.
I have burnt them. And I was timing them. Like nothing.
Thank you, Daniel Rodriguez.
Yes.
Oh,
Woo!
visit the What's on Joe Mind
That's
swag
what I'm
shop.
talking about.
Link down below.
Very nice.
Just to be clear, you in your life have dominated the competitive eating landscape in the northern lands and the frozen lands of Nador.
Yep.
You're the reigning, defending, undisputed drift queen of Mississauga.
Sure.
Right? You are the queen of not just G.I. Joe cosplay, but lots of cosplay. Yes?
Okay.
Right? You are literally,
Yes.
and without burying the lead or revealing the secret identity, you're pretty much keeping the world safe 9 to 5, Monday through Saturday. Yeah?
Sure.
You speak 7 languages?
6.
6. Well, we're working on the 7th, though, which is Klingon,
Sure.
which is pretty impressive. And you can't bake a chocolate chip cookie to save your damn life.
Yeah, no. Like it's my crypto, and it bugs me. Like I'm like, I have to be able to make this thing that everybody else can make. Wes is like, I'll take over the baking of the chocolate chip cookie. How hard can it be? And I was like, it's fucking complicated.
It's really complex. There's 4 or 5 ingredients. You got to mix them. You got to preheat the oven. You can't just put them in.
Yeah, no.
Doesn't work like
Just
that.
throw them under the broiler. That doesn't work.
I have made broiler. No.
Don't give me any ideas,
where
Mike.
they are rock hard.
What we said, you can't just throw them under the broiler.
No.
Yeah.
No. So I've made them hard, so hard that they are raw on the inside and very hard on the outside. I've made them rock hard, period.
There was that time you boiled them.
Yep.
Not good.
Those were English cookies, is what they were.
Yeah.
Wes, what was the last time I made them before Maggie supervised? He was like, oh, well, they look like a cookie. They kind of taste like styrofoam. And I don't know how I did that.
It is an interesting Waterloo to have.
Like I tell you, technique is important with baking. Technique is important.
Dude, I'm trying. Like, I have to be able to make a cookie.
I understand. Just take your time. Technique is important. It's a big deal. It's a bigger deal in baking than it is in regular cooking.
Well, I also got Maggie a gift, but I can't show everybody what
This isn't what Maggie got in. So what else did you get in for you?
That's it. Just the
That's
cookbook.
it?
Last week you were complaining I had too many things come in.
I didn't complain. I just compared it to a Dave Tree segment.
Our favorite tree.
Known for his very long what we got in.
And for every 100 cubles sold, they send $1 to Dave's Tree. So that's good. So
Every 100 they sell.
He's going to make like $2. But
Oh, Dave, we love you. He's got Rollout Roll Call coming up.
Killing it.
In November. So, yeah, if you're overseas, be sure to check out Rollout Roll Call on Facebook and get the details there. Do it. We're still trying to get him do another special episode with Dave at some point to prep for that. So keep an eye out for that one.
Let's do it instead of making him stay up late. We'll get up at like 2 a.m. to help him out. It'd be great.
Sound good, Joe Colton?
Monday morning, 2 a.m. We'll go along and just roll straight to work.
She's nodding, and you can see from here the tears forming in her eyes.
Let's do it Monday. Joe's got half the day off. Such a good idea. She'll make cookies.
Right. She'll make cookies. It'll be
so good.
Dave Tree will die watching me try and make a cookie screaming at 2 a.m.
I gotta say, I'd watch that show. Maybe a special Friday night baking edition of What's on Joe Mind.
I have to tell you, I've made beef Wellington. I've made like really complicated dishes.
We know you can cook, but cooking and baking are two different things.
Yes.
I want to do the bit where you drop a cookie on the floor and the dog walks up to it and goes, "Yeah, I'm good."
Like Rack Time Rob, for example, can cook like crazy. He's done a good job. Rack Time Rob is a guy we used to make fun of him because he burnt water once. But he is actually like he kicked Thanksgiving squarely in the butt last year. Man can cook. He's taught himself how to do this sort of thing. He's
right.
Cookbooks, and he watches the videos on other parts of YouTube, and like he does the job. I'm impressed. And but I don't know if he can bake. He doesn't bake so much. I know I can bake, but I can't cook like Rack Time Rob can cook. But I can bake. Sometimes I bake. It's a pretty rare occurrence. I got to find out if I still got the touch, but it wasn't too long ago. I could bake pretty good.
I'm baked right now. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, that's just assumed.
I mean,
we figured that was the case ever since you said, "Sure, I'll be on every week."
Been a long week. Let me tell you.
I'm gonna make gingerbread twins.
Oh goodness! Just like in The Shining.
I'm sure mine will look like zombies compared to these ones, but it'll be fine.
It's a good thing you can adapt. You can be like,
what I got in.
Oh yeah.
A couple weeks ago, this guy popped up.
Oh yeah.
And he's happy. And Bone.
How'd you get the cream-colored variant?
His buddy showed up.
Oh my God.
Nice.
As we got Snake Eyes and Baroness from the movie here, and really they're pretty good. They're pretty good, pretty decent likenesses. People like to bag on these things online. I think it's just residual hate from the movie.
Yeah, I like them. They're good figures.
I don't have a fairness yet. How bad is that neck? Because that was the thing.
It's not.
It's not that bad.
It's a little long, but it's not terrible.
Okay.
It's not as long as my neck. It'll be fine.
Well, let's not go crazy.
Giraffe.
Look at that neck. That's like 10 toes long.
Well,
That's
sure, but
awful.
I mean, Joe Colton is 7'3", so whatever. I mean, sure, 7'3" in heels, but
Joe, do you have a choker necklace?
I used to wear chokers.
Do you have like 3 or 4? So me. Usually we make fun of the toes.
So those they showed up this week.
Yes. What else you get?
Also this week, this guy popped up,
Ah, so jealous.
and I sent Joe and Mark a picture of him earlier in the week. We finally figured out how to get his hands on the handlebars. That takes a little work, just to warn everybody. But he's got the bike's got foot pegs, so he stays on pretty securely. If you
Oh wow.
That's great.
you get
So
him
what's
on
wrong
there.
with his arms? Like, do they just grip too tight and you got to wrap them around the handlebars, or?
Yeah. It was more me being cautious.
Okay.
Like I just didn't want to. Like the hands are just like any other classified figures hands. They're that soft plastic that you kind of have to work it on there. But the handlebars are also kind of a soft plastic.
Oh, okay.
So I was kind of iffy about getting on there the first time, and then Rob was playing around with it earlier today, and he did it. So it's on there pretty good now. But yeah, it's I like Breaker. I'm with Mark. He needs some gear, so I be maybe making a visit to Gridiron Armory myself.
Give him a shotgun. That'd be cool.
Maybe whatever. Give him that. I'm more
Give
concerned.
me a shotgun.
Need to get him that sidearm and spiffy communications pack.
Yeah. His microphone's on the wrong side, right?
I don't know. Is there really a wrong side for a microphone?
Well, there's a way that Breaker had it as a G.I. Joe figure, and there's the way they chose to do it this time. So
He just I mean, I personally would prefer it if he had his microphone on a table in front of him. But
Right.
maybe that's just me projecting.
like a real pro.
Right.
Yeah.
Like a podcaster, darn it.
I gotta think if Breaker suddenly got a helmet with a microphone on the wrong side, he'd get bubblegum all over it.
That's probably true.
So
That's probably true. I concede that point.
just saying, like either I hope they didn't bother. They didn't do the research. Then they did the research and said, you want it on the left or on the right? I don't know. How did we used to do it? On the left. Okay, let's put it on the right this time.
And then winding up what turned out to be kind of an expensive week.
Yeah, dog. Look at that. Crotch intact.
Yep, there he is, number
Wait.
25.
Are all the crotches are intact, right?
There's one that is not.
Oh, are you replacing him or his crotch?
No, he was given to me by a listener, so
All right.
he remains as is. And number 26.
Look at you.
There's a little, give Mark the crotch shot there.
Hey, I don't need to see that.
So yeah, it became an unexpectedly expensive week as all these pre-orders came through, and a couple of very affordable beachheads appeared online, and I snapped them up as quickly as possible.
Those are both complete.
They are.
Nice.
They are both. One's got really good paint and a cracked elbow, and the other one's got not so great paint, but the elbows are good. So between the two of them, they're pretty fantastic.
Do you ever monkey with them, or do they stay as you get them?
I have enough of them. There's 3 or 4 of them that are just pristine, right?
Mhm.
In that lot. So I don't worry about it.
Okay.
Like if I fall into some gear that I've still got this guy here who doesn't have any gear. If I
Right.
fall into a backpack or a gun for him, I'll put it with him.
But if you had if you had one with 2 cracked elbows and one with 2 floppy knees, would you break out the screwdriver and make one good one and one bad one?
Maybe. I have some parts. Like I bought a couple of lots a few years ago that just had beachhead pieces in them.
Okay.
And I've got those pieces. So if I have just one that's just got real terrible something or other, like an arm or a leg, then I can just take care of that. Like a cracked elbow is just on a 35-year-old toy anymore. A cracked elbow just isn't that big of a deal.
Yeah, because very rarely does it cause the forearm to fall off, right? It's just a thing.
It's just kind of a thing. From what I understand, the key to fighting against that is just to not store them with the arms straight out. Just keep the elbows bent a little bit. It'll keep them from cracking on you. But Diana Davis asks, did you say a cracked dildo? No, I did not. But
no one did.
Thank you. Remember, you can support Diana Davis with the coffee jar or the swear jar. Anyways.
Nobody said that.
Nobody said that at all.
Nope.
What I get for what's on Joe minding tired. That's true. It's true. Especially when we're all tired too. That doesn't help things. So let's roll right into shout outs. Mark Weber, shout it out.
Hey, let's shout out to Mrs. Weber, the queen of Barbados and St. Thomas and wherever else she's been on her world tour. She'll be back home tomorrow, and she'll get 2 kids to babysit. So that's always good. So we're happy for Mrs. Weber coming back.
What's the name of the bar closest to your house?
Right? We had one across the street that closed, right? And I'm not a drinker anyway, but whatever. So yeah, to Billy's. Rip to Billy's. No longer the iconic landscape destination. We should be able to tell people, oh, you're on Maple? We'll be like, yeah, we're across from Billy's. Oh, okay. Can't do that anymore. So
I've slept in your front lawn.
Right? Yeah, exactly. I've staggered out of there. Yeah, I guess a shout out to Billy's. Didn't expect to do that. Shout out the kids, Derek and Elizabeth, who managed to stay quiet during the podcast and sneak up the stairs at appropriate times. So
it's a skill.
Yeah, dude, they're getting through their fall soccer seasons and doing a good job. And I got them the best shirt. It's I think it's an Under Armour. I don't think it's Nike because they both play defense in soccer. And it's got the American flag on the shoulder, going the correct direction. It's black shirts and in kind of army olive. It says, "We who protect and defend." And I'm like, that's cool. So I managed to get those for their birthdays, both in the right sizes. So now we need a photo shoot of them, back to back, leaning on the goalpost, foot on the soccer ball, and looking arrogant. And then I'll shoot it from like the ground up, and it'll be phenomenal. So coming soon. We who protect and defend. Love it.
Or is Derek still the darling of the Portuguese soccer community in your town?
No, that was the year he played for East Providence and got cheered and booed for the first time ever, 5 seconds apart from each other. Well, it was a hard day. That's hard day on the pitch.
You learned some life lessons there.
Yeah, he's playing for Barrington Christian Academy, as is Elizabeth, and Elizabeth has a travel team too. So, anyway, I love soccer season, and I get to coach Elizabeth right now, and normally Derek too. So, soccer season's always. People say, "What's your favorite season?" Soccer season.
It's baseball season, but anyway,
not anymore. It isn't.
No, it's not.
Let's
I don't want to
Braves.
get into that too much.
Let's go Braves.
Let's go anybody in the National League. Anybody.
Yeah, go National
Please,
League.
My God, somebody step in and win this thing.
We put Joe to sleep.
We did. Well, that was probably about half an hour ago.
No. She was waiting for the first baseball reference.
And anybody else, Mark?
No, that's good. That's it. I'm good.
All right. Joe Colton, shout it out.
Oh my God. I don't know. My parents, Wes Whitlock, for making dinner.
The wrist lock?
Yes. He actually drew me a bath 2 days ago. It was nice of him.
With crayons?
Like an actual bath. And the people I work with. who shall remain nameless, but they're wonderful, wonderful people who are also suffering with me. So it's great.
There
It's
we
good
go.
to suffer in company.
Right.
Better than suffering alone.
Yes. I'm hoping that the border's open so I can actually go see my parents for Christmas, but we'll see.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Anybody else we shouting out to?
That's it.
All right. Shout outs for me, of course. Rack Time Rob, the fourth man and unsung hero, the What's on Joe Mind team.
Holy.
Give a shout out to our sponsors at Kokomo Toys. We'll sing the theme song one more time.
Kokomo
Kokomo
Toys.
Kokomo
Kokomo
Toys.
See what I did at the end there?
There you go. Yeah, it was a little flair.
Yeah.
I know Todd's looking to record one of those to put Kokomo Toys footage with.
So good. He could songify us. It'd be so good.
I think now you're putting too much. Maybe you're looking forward to that one a little too much.
I'm just saying, if you ever heard me sing, you'd probably want to alter that audio. So
I want to give out a shout out to some friends of the program. Of course, our good buddy, Hooded Cobra Commander 788, Brian Lower. We are still thinking of you, sir. I know haven't heard from you in a while. I've chatted with you a little bit off camera. I don't want to get into that stuff publicly. So good that you're hanging in there. Give a shout out to our good friend Carson Metaxas, who helped me out with a mail call segment that we're working on, that we're researching. Give a shout out to our good pal who's normally in the live chat, Biff McHonky-Donk, Phil Donnelly, who's doing the same, helping us out with some production work that we've got coming up. Yes, even when we don't have new bonus material, we're still working on bonus material. Give a shout out to you guys, Mark Weber, Joe Colton. Thank you for giving up your Friday night. Lord knows Joe Colton looks like she needs a drink, or she's going to fight somebody, or both.
Both.
But here she is being.
Why not both?
Right. Why not? Here she is being pleasant and not openly hating us, keeping the cursing to only a moderate.
Huh?
She doesn't even care anymore. She's just tuned us out.
I want to go to bed.
Give a shout out to those of you who went out and purchased some What's on Joe Mind merchandise. I know we sold a pretty good selection of things this first week. We got t-shirts, we got mugs, we got all kinds of fun things. Go ahead and check it out. Again, link is down below. If you're watching us live on YouTube or on Facebook, thank you so much. Remember to like the video or give us a reaction. We love Little Huggy Guy. So go with Little Huggy Guy. If you're watching this on replay, we love you too. Regardless of how you're watching this, go ahead and leave a comment down below, because that really helps us get cycled and recycled through all of YouTube's recommendations and all that other good stuff. We really need your help to beat the algorithms. So however you can interact with these videos, please go ahead and do so. Don't be shy. And then last but not least, make sure you're getting out and being careful out there. We are still in a pandemic. There's still all kinds of folks getting sick. So get yourself vaccinated if you haven't done that yet. Wear a mask if you're going to be in a large group or indoors for a long period, and just take care of yourself. Be kind to one another. Be patient. There's a lot of slowdowns and delays and shipping problems, and it's all going to be. It's going to be a difficult fall from the buildup of the last year and a half, as far as getting things in, especially with Christmas time coming up, and everybody's going to be buying, and supply lines have really been strained, and I think it's going to come to a head in the next couple of months. So please go easy on your fellow man. It's tough out there for everybody. Hey, besides that, thanks for joining us. Appreciate your time every Friday night. We know you're giving up your life as well to share with us. We appreciate you. And for my co-hosts, Mark Weber and Joe Colton, I'm Mike Irizarry. Thanks for joining us here on the What's on Joe Mind team stream. We will see you back here again next Friday at 9. Make sure you're here. Good night, everybody.
Here.
Joe Colton, you can nap now.
Good night, Joe.